Hi there, I'm Brian Little and you're watching the Villa View, and it's a fantastic thing to do, so continue do it, and up the Villa lads, all the best.
Hello and welcome back to the Villa View for another video. This one's original and it's going to be interesting. It could get quite heated.
I don't think it'll get heated. Basically, what we're doing is, me and Matt have obviously been on Twitter for a number of years now. I think I've been on since 2012. And
2010.
So Matt, bearing in mind, was probably about 8 years old when he was first on Twitter, whereas I was a fully grown man. So we're going to go back and look over our history of Villa tweets and see some of the appalling shouts that the other one has made. I can't say I'm particularly looking forward to this, but let's do it.
Done. 4th of May 2013. So that's nearly 4 years ago now.
Yep.
He said, taking this to bed with me tonight, hashtag AVFC, hashtag UTV, up the Villa.
Yeah.
A Gabby Bonglahor signed shirt.
I can defend that. You know why I can defend that?
It says, to Dan.
Yeah.
It's not even just to you, it's to your wife as well.
This is when
signed Gabby.
This is when me and the wife have not been together that long, and she was feigning interest in football to try and impress me. So getting him to put her name on there was just another way of me getting her interested in football that obviously long term I failed at because she hates football. But I had that signed shirt from Gabby when I visited the training ground under Alex McLeish, a thrilling visit, and got that signed obviously. And at the time he was still very well liked by the Villa fans. He was a local Villa hero, and then a year later that was when he scored 2 against Norwich that basically kept us up at Carrow Road. So I was just showing my support, thanking him for his 2 goals by saying I was going to take his shirt to bed. Right, one for you here. 30th of December 2014.
3 years ago.
This guy you were speaking to here isn't even on Twitter anymore. Ben PFC 59. He's left Twitter after associating himself with you. So you've said, he's obviously said something about takeovers previously, and you've said, exactly. Takeovers are not always good. Fans at Villa seem deluded by this. Just let you know, Matt, 18 months later, Aston Villa got relegated.
I know,
after
but I can
failing on the
defend
takeover.
myself.
Go on then.
This was just around the time of Portsmouth.
Yeah.
He was a Portsmouth fan.
Yeah.
And obviously that didn't go too well. So for me, I valid it up because the grass isn't always greener on the other side.
Do you think that, looking back now, that was probably wrong?
Yes. This one, Dan, it's a bit of self-entitlement, and it feels like something a 10-year-old would genuinely say.
What date was it?
22nd of January 2013.
I'm trying to work out how old I was 4 years ago. 27 or 26.
No excuse.
No, go on then, hit me.
Anyone else come from London for every AVFC game? What a supporter I am.
Well, I was just congratulating myself on, and I still...
Wait for it, though.
Okay, it's not finished.
Wait for it. You've added, at Ian Taylor 7, retweet for an AVFC season ticket holder who comes from London for every home game, coming tonight from work at 7 a.m. tomorrow. At Andy Vyman, retweet for an AVFC season ticket holder who comes from London for every game. The same message to Paul McGrath, Ron Vlaar, Shay Given, Brad Guzan.
Wow.
And then the one I just wrote.
Who was the last one?
Just yourself. You tweeted it
think
yourself.
Cameron
Just retweet.
Can't really defend that, Paul. I think I was probably getting used to how Twitter worked. Wasn't as savvy on the old social media as I am today. But one thing I can defend is I'd class myself as a friend of Ian Taylor's now, so he'd retweet it now. Yeah. I think. But yeah, that's a poor tweet. But I do go to a lot of effort still to come to the games. I spend a lot of money. So I think at the time we probably weren't doing very well. And I was
begging for retweets.
I wanted some retweets to make me feel better. That's probably what I was doing there. It's not good reading though. I don't sit here proud of that tweet by any stretch of the imagination. No. Right. Matt Lynch, 4th of the 1st, 2014. Appalling from Villa. Lambert has got to make some serious signings or I will lose my faith now. AVFC, get Houlihan and Lescott in.
At the time, Lescott was decent. And at the time, we nearly signed Houlihan, if you remember.
Yeah, you'd have
and
been
he didn't celebrate.
He's a good player now.
Yeah. And he didn't celebrate.
Okay, but you wanted Jolly and Lescott.
I'm
not going to hammer you for that tweet. Yeah. I'm not going to hammer you for that.
At the time, that we all said last summer, though, whether it was that he'd be a good player for us.
I'm not going to hammer you for that because it was reasonable.
Gabby's man-possessed, club legend, end of.
Well, we don't know when it was. Well, it certainly wasn't this season or last season, was it? there's been times where he would have said he was guaranteed to go down in folklore as a Villa great, the stuff he's done, some of the goals he scored, obviously his record against Midlands teams. I'm still sorry now that it's turned out to be as sour as it is, because I really think he could have turned into a club great and someone that the fans look back and loved. It's obviously not going to happen now, but at the time when I made that tweet, I obviously felt very strongly about it. So, again, I can defend that, I think. This is peak Matt Lynch.
Is this Lambert?
It really is. This is great.
This is Lambert, isn't it?
There's two tweets here within 2 days of each other.
I've got defence for this, actually. I've got a defence.
Okay, how do you know what I'm going to say?
Because I have a feeling I know which one it is.
Well, it's two.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I know.
Right, so on the 26th of April, 2014, Paul Lambert has to go. Paul Lambert has to go. Fine, you obviously felt very strongly about that he wasn't doing a good job on the 26th of April 2014. We go to the 28th of April 2014. You are stupid if you want Lambert gone now. So within 2 days, you've gone full circle.
I can't defend that. That's shameful.
So basically what you've done there within 2 days of each other is say that you're stupid.
22nd of April 2013.
Yeah.
El Amadi, a.k.a. Cristiano Ronaldo.
That must have been sarcasm.
Wait for it.
It must have been sarcasm.
I don't know. 26th of December 2013. So a bit later in the year.
Yeah.
At Villa Park, I'm yet to see El Amadi have a good game. Scared to try and think, plays everything safe, not good enough at home. In hindsight now, El Amadi
wasn't good. He had a spell where I think he was half decent, but other than that, I thought he was garbage. That Ronaldo tweet must have been either sarcasm or I've been hacked.
Yakuba Silla.
Yeah.
He tweeted on the 30th of April 2013, "Thank you for all of your support."
Mm-hmm.
To which you replied with, "The new Vieira, mate."
Oh, wasn't he just?
"We look much better with you in the side. You deserve all the praise." And if you go back to 2013, at the same time, I was tweeting that he was a headless chicken on a football pitch.
Well, under Lambert, first season, we were losing every week pretty much. He came into the midfield and we did start to win some games. He came into the team and it was around the time that we beat Sunderland 6-1, won away at Norwich. He played a few games and he did make us better. The new Vieira is perhaps going a bit too far, but obviously I was just trying to get some attention off him. I failed, obviously. 30th of July, 2015, Gusted is a, capital letters, Gusted is a steal at 6 million. Hashtag OVFC.
I still defend that.
Oh yeah, he was bloody brilliant, wasn't he?
No, but we got our money back and got profit on him.
It wasn't a steal though, was it?
Well, at the time, compared to how much we paid in the Championship for Codger for the goal,
yeah, maybe.
Gusted scored, that's a bargain. So, on the 1st of February 2013, so just after deadline
I don't think I had a good year in 2013 on Twitter by the sounds of things.
Gareth Bale was doing a Q&A.
Yeah.
Hashtag Ask Bale.
Yeah?
You tweeted him, "How good is Simon Dawkins? He's gonna be an asset to Villa."
That was a question.
Mark.
Is he going to be an asset to Villa? I didn't know anything about him.
Gareth Bale actually replied to you saying, "He'll do well there. Good player."
Well, you're right. It's the most expensive footballer in the world there, giving me his opinion.
Right, then let me support
that. Still gets random likes now. That tweet. I don't know why.
Right. So also, you tweeted Simon Dawkins saying, "Seemed like an absolute fighter. Wish you all the best at Villa. See us to safety." And then,
did we stay up?
Yeah, but did he do anything?
You did the math. It's why we won't talk about it too much, but I don't remember this ever being a chant. and you've actually atted the guy as well. I've just realised. I didn't realise it first. No, go back over there. At B Guzan, which is Brad Guzan's Twitter. There's only one Brad Guzan. There's only one Brad Guzan! Explanation mark. And let me tell you, I didn't get a like, I didn't get a retweet of anyone on Twitter. Nothing.
Probably had about 10 followers back then, though.
Wow, that is 2146. I can only presume you'd had too many lemonades at your young age. Sending him that.
Well, do you want me to hit back with a Guzan one?
Go on then.
Guzan.
Oh no, you're joking. Did I do that? I can't have done that.
Guzan.
It's not good, is it?
Congrats. So glad you've signed a new contract. Wouldn't swap you for anyone.
Nothing either. Wow. That's bad.
You've acted at B Guzan in that as well.
Okay. What date was that? And not that it makes it any better at any point. He must have only signed a new contract. He had a good season. He had a good
He
season.
did, to be fair to him.
It doesn't justify
He did.
either of us sending him chants. At least mine was a chant that's actually been sang at Villa Park. Your chant was, when has anyone ever sang there's only one Brad Guzan, one Brad Guzan, there's only one Brad Guzan? No, and that's never been a chant. This could be my most favourite tweet I think I've ever seen, because it is unbelievable. This is, again, got to have been too many lemonades before bed. Must have been. 27th of November 2012 at 21:18.
Oh no, that's like 5 years ago. I was like 14.
Jesus, how Christ can Villa get? What does that mean? Can you justify Jesus, how Christ can Villa get?
Too
Is there
many
any
lemonades.
justification for that?
Too
Too
many
many
lemonades.
lemonades?
I'm just gonna no.
Poor.
24th of May, 2013.
Yep.
The great year.
Just staying up under Lambert, was that? Yeah,
I'd be more worried if Lambert left than Benteke. He's the real star man at AVFC.
I don't remember.
But I
doing
will
that.
be very happy to keep Benteke.
The worst thing is I think I did a whole blog. I think that was my first ever blog. Was about Lambert being the star. I was convinced, again, that Lambert was going to be the answer. That first season, we ended that season really well with Benteke.
I agree.
And then we were building a young side, and I thought a few additions, we're going to the next season, we'll be really good. And we weren't, we were worse. But I genuinely thought that. So it's wrong, obviously. But I genuinely thought that. 8th of January 2013, 21:34. You seem to like to tweet after 9 o'clock at night in those days. Rebel staying up. Benteke is not good enough. No one is. But then after that, the next week, I haven't got the tweet in front of me, there was we were singing his praises again, saying how good he was.
I think I was just
Very
generally moaning.
Typical fickle Villa fan. You're coming
I'll
across
admit
as
I'm fickle. I'll be the first to admit it.
You're not fickle now, but back in the day,
Yeah.
you probably were.
If I found Tim Sherwood in
I know,
bed with
yeah.
my wife, I'd be jealous of her. What a guy. I love him.
I did love him. And to be
Enough
fair,
for your wife
and to be fair,
to sleep with him.
I think Andrew would be having a better time if she was in bed with Tim Sherwood. To be honest, I think she quite likes Tim Sherwood. I genuinely loved the man. I'd have high-fived him probably at the time. Honestly. So I stand by that. That's fine. I've got no qualms with that tweet.
Latest shirt news. I will get Silla, Westwood, Baker or Vyman on my shirt. So this would have been
This is after
2013 into
that Lambert first
2014.
season again. I think I went with Westwood.
Supposed to go with Silla.
Probably the best. I probably went with the best of that bunch at that time.
Yeah.
In Westwood. I mean, to be fair, I still do it now. You've got to question a fully grown man that gets names on the back of his shirt still, and I do still do that. I don't know why, but I'll always do it. But I can't justify that. That's fine.
Am I alone in that I'd still like Lerner involved in some capacity? That's bad.
Possibly alone. I think I was still thinking about some of the good stuff he did in the O'Neill era at that point, but then obviously I couldn't see it.
You only got one reply off DJ Pricey.
What did he say?
Nah, mate, I'd be happy to be fair. Can't forget the good stuff he has done just because of how we are now. Everything he's done is for a reason.
Well,
Apart from McLeish, lol.
I think that vindicates the tweet has been a reasonable tweet.
But then you reply with, it'd be good to oversee things and he doesn't understand the tradition of the club.
Well, we did all think that, didn't we? But obviously then we learned differently. Delphi's not good enough for England. He's honestly not ready to be thrown in at the World Cup. Maybe the next Euros, but not the World Cup. That was the 7th of March, 2014. 15th of March, the week later. On my wedding day, in fact, this.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you. I feel Delph could be good enough for England based on tonight. You're very quick with your change of opinion, aren't you?
Got to be sharp.
In those, you're very, very flexible with your opinion. Oh yeah, death tweet here, 1st of January 2013. Unbeaten this calendar year.
Banter.
It's not even football related, but it's just such a good tweet. How old were you on the 4th of May 2012?
So I was like 14.
Right. Hashtag 100 things I love. Number 55. Girls that have a good personality and looks. What a tweet. Who doesn't like one of you? Who doesn't like that?
Oh, no.
That's the worst tweet I've ever seen. Girls that have a good personality and looks.
Doesn't that cover most areas?
No girls came back and replied to that. There was nothing. It was a dead tweet. It was a dead tweet. I'm currently looking at Matt now, panicking on his laptop for any prospective future employers. I think he's looking at what's the quickest way to delete old tweets. I'm just going to accept that sometimes you make errors of judgment as a fan, so I apologise to the Twitter general public for some of the stuff I've said about Villa in the past.
I second that.
I like to think that now I'm a lot more switched on and that my points are a lot more valid. So please do keep watching our videos, because I know we've probably not really encouraged you to ever listen to Matt's or mine's opinion ever again. If you could smash a like, what have I said, smash a like? If you could politely press the like button below, that would be great. Also comment below on some of those horror tweets. Have you ever made any dodgy tweets of your own that you wish you could get rid of? Well, you can get rid of them, as we've just found out. Give us a subscribe, please, and as always, up the Villa.
If you enjoyed that video, why not watch another one? Click the video choices on screen now to go and watch them in full. And don't forget to subscribe. Click on our logo there on the left and press subscribe. Easy.